Hey, y'all, listen, it's Thursday. Okay, I got the day right today. Happy Thursday, y'all. Welcome into the building. Listen, I can't believe it's the 19th of December. This year, 2024 is almost over. Yes, it is. 2024 is almost over. And I know some people are probably like, thank God. Because it's like you can't get no reprieve, right? So 2024 is almost over. But it still seems like we're dealing with a lot of scandals. I don't know, something went in my eye, y'all. I've been trying to get it out for like the last, like, seems like to me, hour. It seemed like it came out, but maybe my eye is still a little irritated. But anyway, the show must go on. The train still has to pull out the building. So, 2024, Cat Williams, where he be? He told us it was going to be over the year. I don't think none of us was ready for everything that has went on in 2024. But anyway, we're towards the end. We only got a few more days left, like a couple weeks left, and then it's a wrap, right? We'll be ushering in to 2025. But tonight's trending topics, and happy Thursday, y'all, is called Scandals and Smear Campaigns. Scandals and smear campaigns. Now, I told you that Jay-Z lawyers, Jay-Z and Rock Nation, they were not coming off of Tony Buzbee's neck. It's a dog fight. And I'm not quite sure how this dog fight is going to end. But I told you, because Jay-Z and Quinn Emanuel and Alex Spiro, they just thought that, what, the judge was going to automatically drop this Jane Doe case. They did their PowerPoint presentation. Everything they said made sense to me. But I also told you this was going to be a difficult feat for that judge. Because the minute he dropped this case against Jay-Z, it opens the floodgates for Diddy and his team. Because you can't say, oh, Buzbee is just a liar against Jay-Z and not a liar against Diddy. And they are already determined to bury Diddy up underneath the jail. So now they're saying to themselves, how do we go around and get around this situation? It's a mess. But now here we are Thursday, and it seems like, I hope they take a break for Christmas. But here we are, another lawsuit. So a woman is suing Buzbee, going by the name of Jane Doe, saying that Buzbee kind of, I'm going to use the word, coerced her into a relationship, gave her STI, a sexually transmitted infection. And she claims he knew he had it. And he told us she keep her mouth shut, and I'm paraphrasing, guys, that he will give her free legal advice whenever she needs it. It's a hot mess, but listen, it's out there. We got to talk about it because this is trending topics. Then we got Peter Thomas, formerly from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. His ex-wife is Cynthia Bailey. And Peter thought he could get away without paying his taxes. And now he wants to give a public service announcement telling all young entrepreneurs, pay your taxes, sir. Peter's in his 50s. In his 50s. And when I was growing up, I don't know if everybody had to say, every generation, there's sayings, there's these little things that are being said. When I was growing up, they used to say, all we got to do is stay black and pay taxes. Did nobody send Peter the memo? Who don't know you don't play with the IRS? You got to pay your taxes. And yes, they will lock you up for not paying your taxes. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't necessarily agree with getting locked up for not paying your taxes, but listen. He said he was on a payment plan or trying a payment plan, but they still locking him up. That doesn't make sense to me. I think if you are going to get locked up, You should be offered a payment plan first. And then if you default or you ignore or you don't stick to the payment plan, then I think maybe they should look into different options. But I don't necessarily know if you should be going to jail just because you didn't pay your taxes. But listen, I don't make the laws. So there's plenty of stars who went to jail for not paying taxes. So Peter, you're on the list. What can you do? You do the crime, you gotta do the time. So we'll hear soon, I guess, how long Peter has to go behind bars for not paying his taxes. Yeah, he going to jail. He going to federal prison. Now, listen, he's lucky. I think this sort of such a crime. I don't know. He's in North Carolina, I think he said, but he didn't pay his taxes in Potomac. I don't know if they extradite him back to Maryland and that's where he has to go to federal prison. I don't know how it works. And guess what? I don't want to know. I told y'all before, no, Diva will not be doing no jail time. No, nuh-uh. Not today. Not me. Pay your taxes. And he owes a lot of taxes. I think it was in the millions, 2.5 million. It's nasty. Now he's sitting up wanting to give people a public service announcement, but all before that, you were saying fake news. You got this under control. Now, and in his 50s. And Peter's 64. Good gosh almighty, stop. I didn't know he was 64. 64. And you got to go to jail. Now, somewhere, I don't know where I'm getting 18 months from. But jail is jail. Good gosh almighty. And then we got Eric Adams. If you know anything about the mayor of New York, he got into a little trouble with things. But I will tell you this. Trump said that he felt like Eric Adams was being done dirty. And that, he well considered pardoning Eric Adams. But will Eric Adams kind of flunkies, his underlings, the people that was working with him side by side or underneath him, will they get locked up and go to jail and will they get pardoned? Well, one of them, she had to turn herself in today. And when we talked about Diddy, we talked about the sins of a father and how unfortunately sometimes those sins trickle down onto your offspring. Well, this woman who was working with Eric Adams, she got indicted today. And honey, they cleaned her son up too. How dreadful. Cleaned her son up too. Because they said mother and son shared a bank account in which bribe money went into that bank account. And he went and bought him a luxury car with the bribe money. And they said without that bribe money, he would have never, ever, ever been able to afford that car. I don't understand greed to that level where you're going to cheat, steal, and lie. I do not. No. That's why, I tell the people I shop at Target. I shop at Walmart. I do go, I go low end, high end, but I only go to high end to the price where my pocket can afford. But if at the time I go to shop, my pocket says Walmart, I go to Walmart. If the time I go to shop and my pocket says Target, I go to Target. When my pocket says Macy's, I go to Macy's. And if my pocket say none of the above, then I won't be shopping that week. But what I'm not about to do is rob, steal, and do everything else just to have something. No, I will not. And I don't even mind going to the consignment shops, but all consignment shops aren't equal. You go find yourself a nice ritzy neighborhood and find the consignment shop in that ritzy neighborhood, and you're going to get you some good stuff at a reasonable price. Yes, you are. It is no reason to lie, cheat, and steal. None whatsoever. And let me tell you, I'm not really a car person, right? But I have a car because I got to drive to get around. But I'm not a car person in the sense that I have to have a name on my car, if you understand what I'm trying to say. I don't have to drive no Lamborghini, no Benz, and all. I don't have. Give me a car with some regular gas. But that's not to say that if somebody gave me that car, I ain't going to drive it. No, I ain't saying that. That's not to say if my pockets say I can afford that car and I want it at that particular time, I'm not going to get it. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is I'm not going to be driving a Benz and I'm struggling to pay for it. I had to rob still to get it. And then I can't afford no premium gas. That's just stupid. And at one time I had an Acura. And the guy told me, I think it's Honda. He said, this is just a Honda, and they put the Acura shell over it. Because when you pop the hood, in that hood, it said Honda. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So what am I saying? Sometimes the only difference between your car and a luxury car is the shell. Are you going to be stuck on a name? Shell, and then they can't afford the maintenance. You better talk. We talking tonight. Getting this luxury car, and then you go there. You like, oh, the oil change is $200. Some of these luxury cars, the oil change is out of control. You be like, what? The Acura I had at the time, it was the RDX, because of some engine that Diva ain't really even know about. It took synthetic oil. And every time I went to get an oil change, it was $90 a pop. Because it was some synthetic oil. Can we talk? And while I was buying the car, I was so excited and so happy. I didn't know. I knew when I went to go get an oil change, I said, oh. And it was premium gas. All that adds up after a while. All I'm saying is that I'm not mad at nobody. I think, listen, we got one life to live. Live your best life. But I'm just saying, don't live your best life and you got to rob, steal, and whatever else to live that particular life. So now you got a mother and son. And this woman didn't have a bad job, so she wasn't starving. You got a mother and son. And now your twilight years for the mother, you facing charges and jail time. Make that make sense. And all you taught your son was how to be a thief. Where they do that at? You taught your son how to be a thief. And now they came and clinked you up, and they clinked him up too. Now listen, people, we got stuff to talk about. It's Thursday night trending topics. It's called scandals and smear campaigns. We got Tony Buzbee allegedly giving somebody an STI. We got Peter Thomas avoided the taxes. Now he want to act like he didn't know and want to give us a public service announcement. I appreciate you, Peter, but I don't need no public service announcement. I know one thing. Before, when's the deadline? Is it April 15th? No, I'm at my accountant way before that. On the 31st of January, every single year, your job has to give you your what did you call the form? The W-2 or whatever that form is, with all your wages from the previous year. When you get it, go to your accountant. Pay your taxes and stop the games. And Eric Adams, the assistant, I think her name Ingrid or whatever the case may be, she's 10 toes down that she ain't never do nothing wrong. Well, I hope you're able to prove it, girlfriend. because you had a good job, you was making good money, and if you wasn't making enough money to fund your lifestyle, that's why they call it a part-time job. Work 2 jobs. Listen, and with all these people on the social media, the TikTok, the Instagram, making tons of money being an influencer, I don't know, do something on the social media. When people want to lay around talk about, oh, woe is me these days, stop, because there's a lot of stuff you can do to make money that don't include stealing and being a thief. Now, come on, precious gems. I appreciate you because I got to bring the people on in the building so we can talk. Thank you. Come on, Tay. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Thursday night, trending topics. We got stuff to talk about. The title is Scandals and Smear Campaigns. Tony Buzbee said they're trying to do him in with these petitions and these nothing but lies against him lawsuits. We got Peter Thomas. He's saying, woe is me about not paying taxes. And, he want to give us a public service announcement. Dude, stop. And then we got Eric Adams, people. We're going to talk about it. Let me bring the people on in the building. Hold on one second. Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Diva. Choo, choo, choo.
Hey. Hey,
hello.
Hey, in my opinion. All right, people, everybody mute their lines and let's get into this, okay? Mute your lines. All right. We are still here. Katrina, I think your thing is
that's Wayne and them dogs.
Oh, Wayne, is that you? You know what's funny is the line is muted, but I still hear something. Who is that? Let me drop you down 1 second, Katrina. No, it's not Katrina. That's funny. It's not Wayne. Who is that? Does anybody else hear it besides me? Oh,
I hear it.
It was in my opinion because I just dropped it down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In my opinion, you're giving a lot of background noise. I gotta drop you down. Okay. Yes, in my opinion, I don't know what's going on with that, but I was like, what in the heck is going on? Okay, let's get into this, y'all. We're going to get into this. And you know what? I think I'm going to do Peter Thomas first because this whole tax thing is insane. So let me share screen. Let's do Instagram. Okay, let's share this here. Let's hear him give his public service announcement.
Good afternoon, IG World. How you guys doing out there? I got a shake. Okay. But I want to make a public announcement. Usually I don't care. I'll look. Okay. But today is an anniversary for me. Today is December 18th, 2024. And today is 50 years. 50 years. So I'm an old guy. 50 years. 50 years that I'm in the United States of America. And my parents sent for me and my 2 brothers and my 4 sisters to come to America. 50 years. And I didn't think that I would be celebrating it quite like this. It's not even a celebration. Because tomorrow, being 50 years and 1 day, I'll be making an appearance in the United States government federal courthouse here in Charlotte, North Carolina, to face the music of not paying consistently withholding tax for business over 10 years. And I thought it was something that I could rectify by getting on that payment plan and paying it. But it doesn't work like that with withholding taxes. All right. I was found guilty. Not found guilty, I plead guilty. And with my plea of guilty, I have to sit down for a while. So my public announcement is to tell all small business owner. This is one of those things that you will get locked up for if you don't pay those withholding taxes consistently. United States government don't play with that. Um, so if you don't have that budget to handle your payroll consistently, and um, you have to pay your payroll before you pay your rent, because the landlord could evict you. You ain't gonna go to jail though. Okay, but you will go to jail for not paying your withholding taxes with the United States government. Okay, so that's my public announcement. So tomorrow, I'm taking the flame away from all you bloggers out there. Tomorrow I'm in federal court, and by tomorrow afternoon, this time I know my fate. Okay, and I have to stand in it, and I have to stand up for it. Okay, because I was wrong, and I have to pay the dues. My parents are not excited about this. I know my dad is rolling over in his grave now. That Peter, come on, I didn't raise you that way. And my mom, she wanted to make the trip here to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I told her, no, I don't want you to see me like that. But all business owner out there, I promise you, pay those withholding taxes. Don't fall in the same situation that I am. Okay? Have a great day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, hold on 1 second. Yeah, I don't know why I'm hearing your feedback, in my opinion, but all right, let me share screen again. So RHOA star Peter Thomas sentenced to 18 months in prison after pleading guilty in tax case. So Peter Thomas joins the growing list of reality stars to get hit with jail time. We learned the Real Housewives of Atlanta alum has been hit with a sentence of 1.5 years in prison. A rep for the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Western District of North Carolina tells TMZ the Bravo personality who appeared on RHOA alongside then wife Cynthia Bailey has been sentenced to 18 months behind bars after pleading guilty to failing to pay his taxes. Following this sentence, Peter will have 2 years of supervised release. Peter has also been ordered to pay $2.5 million in restitution to the IRS. Peter pled guilty this summer to 1 count of failing to pay trust fund taxes after being accused of repeatedly evading paying the IRS between 2017 and 2023 for several of his businesses. The restaurateur allegedly owed the IRS nearly $650,000 in trust fund taxes from his employee wages in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yet that's just a glimpse of Peter's tax woes. He's been accused of failing to pay more than $2.5 million in employment taxes over a 6-year period from his businesses in various states. When he finally reports to jail, Thomas will be placed in a facility as close to Miami as possible. Will have access to educational and vocational programs and substance abuse treatment programs. Prior to his sentencing, Peter posted a video update on Instagram where he advised young business owners to please learn from his mistake. In his message, which I played for you, he said he is willing to face the music for consistently withholding taxes for businesses over 10 years. As he continued, Peter admitted he thought he could rectify the situation by getting on a payment plan, but learned the hard way that it doesn't work like that. He added, I pled guilty, and with my plea of guilty, I have to sit down for a while. Well, if he calls a while 1.5 years, well, okay, Peter. Oh, that's ugly to me. And I don't know how one pays back $2.5 million unless they're willing to give him a reality show when he comes out. Maybe it could be Love at the Lockup. I don't know. Wayne, what are your thoughts?
My blue was so good in the movie. Blue went on that was.
Who is that? Wayne, are you there? Wayne, are you there? Okay, I don't know what's going on with Wayne. I can't hear him. Julius, your thoughts?
Always keep a track of your accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Because Uncle Sam gonna find out one way or another. Y'all remember the episode in Golden Girls? What that man say? Uncle Sam doesn't like hearing, and that was only about $5,000, even though that was a made up scenario. So yeah, keep a track of your account.
Thank you. Tay Tay, your thoughts?
Artists don't play by their money at all. You better pay the artists. Even though this man just still don't learn to pay the artists their money. Look what happened to the celebrity who did not pay their tax. Peter, you better sell that house. You better sell that bar. You better sell that plane that you was on. You better pay them all. I mean, good Lord, Diva, that's a lot of money to pay back. Wow. That's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. Katrina, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Diva. All I can say is Peter never pays his bills. He went from one business to another business to another business to another business and wasn't paying those people. What Portia said he was paying them full of penis. I don't guess he was paying them no money, but he said he was on a payment plan. Obviously, I don't think that's true because wasn't Karen and Ray on a payment plan? They didn't go to jail. Wasn't Robin on a payment plan? She didn't go to jail. Peter probably wasn't just paying on people. Because if he was on a payment plan, the folks gave you a chance to make a payment on this. I don't see them locking you up unless you defaulted on your payment plan. But we all know that Peter never pays his bill because he leave one building and go open up another building, go open up another business. And I know Wendy probably glad that she didn't get involved with Peter and give that money because you probably wasn't gonna see that money ever again. She talking about she was gonna pay the lion's share of it. She was gonna pay all of it, and Peter was gonna let that business go into the ground just like he did with his other businesses. So I mean, Peter had plenty of chance to pay his bills. Peter been getting in trouble about his bills, so all the luck to him. All the luck to him. We like Peter, or Patricia as we call him. But the thing of it is, Peter, you did this to yourself. Didn't nobody do it to you. Because you know good and well, you're not in Jamaica. You was in the United States. You know you got to pay your taxes. Ask Wesley Snipes. Ask Ronald Isley. Ask Lauren Hill. Did they pay their taxes or did they go to jail? I think Lauren had to do some community service or something like that. But the other ones went to jail, went to prison, whatever. So, I mean, I feel for you, but you put yourself in that situation. That's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Give me 1 minute. In my opinion, I'm coming to you. Let's hear what they have to say.
When he comes out the door. So give me just a second. Let me get myself straight. At the federal courthouse in Charlotte, North Carolina. So Peter Thomas was just sentenced to 18 months in federal prison for his tax case. He basically is also sentenced with paying $2.5 million restitution for this particular tax case. Basically, so what happened with Bar Charlotte, we kind of all heard about Bar One in Atlanta. Basically, he opened up Bar in Charlotte, and the withholdings for his employees, he was misdirecting those funds. It was pretty, it was, they got into a lot of detail. He should be coming down in just a second, so I want to try to catch him when he comes out the door. So give me just a second. Let me get myself straight. I'm glad they didn't give you the full sentence. So you're pleased with your lawyer's performance, Miss Owens? Okay. I was watching you on Instagram yesterday and the message that you were putting out, and that you want to be an example for what can happen if you don't pay taxes. Do you have anything else? Okay. All right. Well, good luck with everything. Thank you, Peter. Okay. Take care. Are you done with your sentence? Are you good at the 18 months? Okay. What about
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Now she called him right outside the courtroom. Where am I? In my opinion, your thoughts?
Well, he was the same one cheating his employees out of their money. So you think he wasn't cheating the government too? His employees came online and said they wasn't getting paid, and he wasn't paying the liquor people and nobody else. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how many more times you got to rob everybody before you have to pay them. You know, he played stupid games and he got a stupid prize.
Thank you, Wayne. Your thoughts?
He said he been here 50 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he still ain't learned nothing. 50 years, and he didn't know the law. His little public service now that fell on deaf ears. First of all, he ain't that big of a star. People don't know him like that. I mean, so who's he trying to, the vast majority of, business owners know this.
Yes. Come on now.
They abide by this.
Facts.
So, I mean, they know it. So that's what I'm saying. It then fell on deaf ears. So, I mean, he did the crime at the time. I mean, to take the people's money, he didn't, like Pinion said, he didn't pay them. And then he took the money, like this lady said, allocated it, for lack of words, and didn't give it to him. That was like stealing. That's it.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right.
Wayne, he was telling his friend Simon Gobadia.
Wait, he was what?
I said he was telling his friend Simon Gobadia.
Oh, listen. He wasn't even paying the employees. I heard that too, Lamine. I don't know. It's a shame, but at 60 something, you got to do 18 months behind bars. And then when you come out, you got to figure out a way to pay back 2.5 million. How does one do that? I don't know. It's crazy. But listen, guys, we're going to roll right into the next story. This Tony Buzbee, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Alex Spiro, Quinn Emanuel law firm thing is getting crazy. He didn't name the lawyers, but now apparently Tony Buzbee is being sued by a Jane Doe. She claims he gave her STI. So Diddy's accuser's attorney, Tony Buzbee, sued for allegedly giving a woman an STI. He says it's a smear campaign. So Tony Buzbee, the high-profile attorney who filed multiple lawsuits against Diddy and one against Jay-Z, is now accused of infecting a woman he dated with a venereal disease. According to a new lawsuit filed in New York Supreme Court, the accused, identified as Jane Doe, says Buzbee has taken advantage of her since 2018 when they first met during their online conversation. The woman says the Texas-based lawyer charmed her and convinced her to go out on a date. She says she ventured to Buzbee's hometown of Houston to grab dinner with him before they took in a show. After the performance, the woman says Buzbee booked a room at a 5-star hotel where he seduced her. The two allegedly had sexual intercourse without Buzbee revealing he had a venereal disease, which is not specifically named in the suit. The woman says after she left the hotel the next day, she started to feel uncomfortable. Sensations around her groin, prompting her to meet with a doctor who tested her and determined she had a sexually transmitted disease from her encounter with Buzbee. Immediately, the woman says she contacted Buzbee to deliver the bad news, and he apologized to her. Seems unsurprised because she claims he already knew he had the venereal disease. The woman goes on to say Buzbee asked her not to disclose her diagnosis to anyone and vowed to provide free legal advice as compensation. The woman says she was filled with shame and grief, but continued to hook up with Buzbee, who allegedly kept her on a short leash so he could manipulate her into keeping his secret under wraps. The woman says Buzbee invited her on trips to Panama and New York City, where he owned a home. TMZ broke a story. According to the complainant, the woman filed last month, Buzbee flew into a fit of rage and pushed a champagne flute into her face while they were at a bar during one of their New York City trips. The woman says she has both medical and dental records to prove she suffered the injuries, including a chip tooth. Buzbee tells TMZ her lawsuit is a criminal conspiracy to discredit and intimidate him from pursuing claims in the Diddy litigation. He calls the suit false, frivolous, laughable, and ridiculous, and will be dismissed along with other suits. He says he has reported the lawyer who filed the latest suit to the relevant legal authorities and will be taking legal action against him and his client. Oh, this is a hot mess. He's in the fight with the wrong people, and they're not getting up off of him. Tay, your thoughts?
Like I said, see, he still ain't had his doing his homework. That's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. Julius, your thoughts?
Oy vey, this cartoon circus is never ending. What next? He wrecked the buffet? Oy vey.
Lucas, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Jay-Z versus Buzbee. Why do you think the judge would hesitate dropping the case just because Diddy is on it? Is the judge influenced by outside forces? No, I don't know if the judge is influenced by outside forces. I really think, Lucas, I'm kind of 10 toes down on this. Dropping the case against Jay-Z is not that easy because it is connected to Diddy. And so this lawyer, Buzbee, has about 20 cases against Diddy. And this case is one of them with this Jane Doe that's involving Jay-Z. But if you sit there and say in the courtroom that you're dismissing this case, you got to give a reason as to why you're dismissing it. So you're going to give the reason, well, this particular client is not credible. And then if you add that her lawyer, which the lawyer himself admits he didn't vet his own client, what do you think happens to the 20 cases that he has just against Diddy? They're going to have to be looked at because the lawyer is found not to be credible. So dropping a case against Jay-Z, you will have to drop it against Diddy for this particular one, and it's going to open a can of worms, like they said. I appreciate your super chat. That's my response to your question. Let me know how you feel to my response. Thank you. Where am I at? In my opinion, your thoughts?
This sound crazy. I've never heard of no people like this in all my life. So she kept quiet for some legal advice, and now she want to sue for some money. But she kept sleeping with him afterwards. I don't understand these people. I really don't. These are some crazy people, and all I gotta say is y'all need some common sense around here.
But you want to know what's so funny? It seems like, unfortunately, in my opinion, that's the thing. You don't get paid, you continue to work for this person that's not paying you, like the little Rodney and the Diddy thing. This man violated you, you still kept,
Yeah, but she didn't even ask for no money. She said legal advice. How much do she get in trouble that she need legal advice?
I think it is the same woman that claims that he was her lawyer for her divorce case and cost her millions. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's crazy. It's very crazy. But I hear what you're saying. I ain't disagreeing with you. I hear exactly what you're saying. Katrina, your thoughts?
Yeah, you're right. In my opinion, these some crazy people. First of all, you coming out saying the man gave you a STI. Um, if he did all this stuff to you, why you ain't filed charges before now? You didn't get what you wanted in your divorce settlement. Now you mad, and then you went on trips with this man. You went to Panama. You went to New York. The man went across your face with a flute, and you still hanging out with him. So how can we get any sympathy? That's what I'm saying about these victims. They victims because they want to be victims. because you had the opportunity to stay away from this man when he gave you that STI. But yet and still, he kept you on a short leash. Why he kept you on a short leash? Was this man actually paying you and you just lying and saying that he wasn't paying you? Because most of the time, women ain't going to stick around no married man unless they getting something out of it, even if it's legal advice. But I'm quite sure the legal advice is not doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing because you still lost the money. So what the purpose of you sticking by him for? Unless you was getting something out the deal as well. Because if you don't gave me an STI, I don't want to have nothing else to do with you. So if did you take that STI home to your wife? Where did you get the STI from? Did your wife give it to you? I mean, come on. You sleeping around or she sleeping around, all these people sleeping around because somebody had to give it to you in order for you to give it to me. And I didn't have it first. So this is just a hot tail mess. Buzbee, I never heard of Buzbee until this Diddy case. And now his name is Mud because your name you just going down in a hot a hot bowl of flames. You came out and you looking like a fool. You coming? I ain't saying that the stuff that he's bringing up against Diddy and them and all that type of stuff. But now when you go digging in somebody else's backyard, somebody gonna dig in yours and bring
Ooh.
accusations on you. And see now that's what didn't happen. You trying to put somebody else in the grave. Now you falling in the grave. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, how you sleeping with this man? He gave you a STI, went across your face with a flute, keeping you on a short lease. And like I said, the only way you doing that other than legal advice, you were getting something else out of that. I don't fall for the legal advice. You probably was getting the legal advice, but he didn't do too good with your legal advice because you lost the money. So you was getting something else out of the deal. Tell somebody else who cares because we don't. That's all I got.
Woo, child. You said tell somebody who cares. Wait your thoughts.
You know, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, then it gets scandalous.
Yeah.
I mean, who ever heard of this? Anybody old out there, or who heard of Peyton Place? This is worse than Peyton Place. This is unbelievable. I mean, to have the lawyers intertwined with, all kind, all the suing back and forth. It's really funny. You just when you thought it couldn't get worse. I mean, like somebody said, it's like a clown show. That's it.
I appreciate you. It is. It's a clown show. It's crazy. And I guess it's going to continue because this case is not dropped. And I guess it's going to be a continuation of this back and forth. We're going to roll into this last story with the Eric Adams, one of his peeps, I call it, situation. Eric Adams was indicted, but he was able to quietly go, turn himself in, get booked behind doors, and all of that. Where, the people that was working alongside her, this young lady, she had to walk the a hall of shame because she was shown handcuffed. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is that her son, got locked up too. So Raunchy DJ son indicted alongside Adams croonie Ingrid Lewis Martin, coasting on mom's connection to power. Okay, so this is what a mother did to her son. Let's take a listen.
Thank you, Arthur, and good morning again.
Uh-oh, it froze. Let me see what happened here. Let's see if we can start this over. Give me a minute, guys. It's loading. So while it's loading, I'll read a little bit. The Raunchy DJ, son of Mayor Eric Adams' longtime ally Ingrid Lewis Martin, furthered his small-time career by spending his family's powerful connections even before his mom allegedly traded favors for bribes that scored him a Porsche. And he's 38. I mean, at the end of the day, he could have known better for himself, but when it's your own mom, what do? Let's see if it'll play now.
Good morning again. Thank you all for coming. It is important for me to speak to you directly so that you know who I am and what I am about. I have to answer to a higher authority. I was raised in a very specific way. My parents raised us that when you do something wrong, you have to take ownership of that. When you do something wrong, whatever the penalty is, then you take the penalty with alacrity. But more importantly, they taught us that when you are being unjustly accused of something, you stand up for your rights. And that is exactly what I am doing today. I'm being falsely accused of something. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that I was told that it's something that's illegal. And I have never done anything illegal in my capacity in government. I've worked in government for over 35 years in all three branches, federal, state, and city. I worked at the lowest levels to some optimum levels. And during my tenure, I have never taken any gifts, money, anything. I have not made any arrangements in advance to take any gifts or money, or to have any gifts or money given to a family member or a friend in order for me to do my job.
So listen, she denied. And usually when people are in, their back is against the wall in situations, they do deny. So before Glenn Martin, and that's the second, that's her son, 38, surrendered to authorities Thursday alongside his mother to face bribery charges in Manhattan court. He was perhaps best known as DJ Swab Luciano, a singer whose music videos are riffed with scantily clad women. But DJ Suave's life was intertwined with his Force of a Nature's mother career, so much so they shared a joint bank account, which prosecutors on Thursday alleged they used to deposit $100,000 in bribes from two real estate developers. I mean, come on. So that's him there. That's the son that got tangled up in his mother's stuff. In exchange for cash and other favors, including anticipated help setting up a Chick-fil-A franchise for Martin II from the builders, Lewis Martin allegedly helped them with construction permits for their projects, according to the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. Martin II put some of the money toward a $113,000 black 2023 Porsche, something neither he nor Lewis Martin could have funded without the bribe money, the indictment against the mother-son duo alleges. The purchase and other goodies outlined in court documents weren't the only leg up Martin II purportedly got because of his mom. The DJ is the son of Lewis Martin and Glenn Martin, a former NYPD cop and friend of Adams, going back to their police academy days. After Adams, who isn't implicated in the indictment against Lewis Martin and her son, became mayor in 2022, DJ Suave Luciano often appeared at official city events. Now that's her. She got locked up. And she, had to, face the music, so to speak. When Adams dissed the drill rap genre for supposedly fomenting violence, the mayor held a summit with hip-hop artists that Suave attended, according to an Instagram post by State Assembly candidate Hercules Reed. DJ Suave Luciano has also performed at Rise Up New York City concerts and other city gigs, though the post found no payments to Martin II in public records. Lewis Martin introduced her son during a Gracie Mansion reception celebrating Caribbean American heritage in June by cracking a joke that the DJ was working the city-run event for free. He always volunteers, she said. They tried to write us up in the papers, but he doesn't take any money. He's a volunteer, just saying that. The future Suave Luciano displayed an early interest in a DJ career with Pix 11, where the younger Martin was a Friday forecaster, reporting that he has spun records since he was 3. Martin II studied psychology at Mali University while on an athletic scholarship and graduated in 2008, according to Pix 11. That's a news station. That's him getting his Porsche, okay? His first single, First Place, offered a distinctly Caribbean vibe and vivacious lyrics, along with a New York City landmark-laden video featuring bevies of scantily clad women gyrating around him. Another music video for the song Sumo, uploaded in July for the viewing pleasure of the musician's about 80 YouTube subscribers, ups the ante on explicitness. Barely dressed women shaking their backsides as Suave sings, dances, grinds, and poses in front of a Lamborghini. DJ Suave Luciano's career featured gigs at Woodland, a Caribbean fusion brunch spot along Flatbush Avenue that drew a largely black clientele and drew complaints from his mostly white Park Slope neighbors about drunken patrons fight infrequent NYPD visits. The spot closed in 2020 after the state liquor authority yanked its license, finding it forced the noise and disorder. Between the board's decision and the Woodlands closing date, a man was stabbed in a bloody bar brawl, Patch reported. Martin II and Lewis Martin pleaded not guilty to the charges today. This is a mess. The sad part is, though, that you have a mother-son duo, and the mother led her son, down this wicked path. But he's old enough where he could have tapped out and he didn't. Tay, your thoughts?
It's just like what his name, Sean Kinney and his mother, the one that said "beauty girl." Remember about that right there? They're stealing. That's who they remind me of, Diva. Never the. You would think they learn the lesson. Do not steal. You have to earn it. That's how the right way you had to do it.
Come on now, earn it.
Not to steal it. I just don't understand what's up with these people these days. To get a job, a job, you have to pay and then get some stuff that you want. Not to steal it from your neighbor. Not to steal it from your family.
Come on now.
Not to steal from your church. Not stealing in the park. Not stealing in the convenience stores or any kind of stores that you go to. That's not how you do it. But some people do it. I guess they do it for surviving, Diva. That's how they do right there. So yeah, that's all, Diva.
Thank you, Tay. Julius, your thoughts?
It's gonna play out how it's gonna play out. Whatever they did, that's on them.
In my opinion, your thoughts?
I guess they learned from Mayor Adams. Here's my thing. I don't understand how people think they're gonna get away with doing what they do, and they think nobody's gonna never catch them. There's never been a perfect crook, okay? I'm sorry, it don't exist. You just ain't had your time to get caught yet. Take my word of advice. If you doing something dirty, it's gonna come out in the light eventually. You just gotten away with it for a while, but it's gonna come out. It's no perfect crook, okay? Nobody can steal forever and not get caught. You just ain't got caught yet, or you ain't did enough yet for them to get you. But they gonna get you. Be another Peter Thomas.
Katrina, your thoughts?
First of all, if they taking bribes, why are they taking checks? And the real estate people can say that they bribed them. Did they take checks or did they take money? Did the folks pay them in the checks or did they pay them in money? Because they paid.
I mean, it don't matter. They put it in the bank.
But that's what I'm saying. If you paid me in money, I'm not finna put that amount of money in no bank. Simply because the reason, anytime you put in anything over $10,000, you get a red flag. Anytime you take out anything over $10,000, you get a red flag. But you put this money in the bank. I wouldn't even put that. If I'm doing something I ain't got no business doing, I'm not finna put that money in no bank. I'm not finna do it. And then you put it in the joint account. And then this idiot went out and bought this $100 and some $1,000 car that can get out in the road and have an accident and it's gone. You know, these people are just totally ridiculous. I ain't got nothing to do with what people do with their money and whatsoever. But if you spending $100,000 on a car just to ride around in, I think that's totally pathetic and ridiculous. A Toyota Camry can take you the same way that Porsche gonna take you, but I guess they have to live the lifestyle of it. And knowing that if she's got that type of job, how are you affording this type of car? And then he 38 years old, you doing freebies. So how you getting this type of car? They told on themselves. They idiots. I don't get it. First of all, if I'm finna cheat, the bank ain't finna know nothing that I'm cheating with. That money gonna be at my house somewhere. It's definitely ain't gonna be in no bank. And if I'm bribing you, you bring me cash. Don't bring me no check. That's a paper trail right there. They stupid. How you gonna be crooks and be stupid? you, I just don't understand. You being stupid. You're not even using your head. You putting the money in a bank account. These people are weird and stupid and crazy. And if they doing stuff they ain't got no business doing illegal, they deserve to be caught. They deserve to be caught because they stupid and they don't know how to play the game. That's all I got to do.
I appreciate you. Wayne, your thoughts?
See, this is what you call American greed. Now, obviously, she had a nice job.
Yeah, she did.
A nice job, but she wanted more. She wanted so much more that she would involve her son in it. Okay. Regardless whether it was a check or cash, when you don't have a job that supports that kind of lifestyle, red flags go off. And they want to know where you getting the money from. You only make this much money, so how can you afford these things? How are you able to make these kind of transactions?
Right.
So it was just greed. She risked it all.
She did.
She risked it all. And this is a learned behavior. She's seen somebody else do this, but they got away with it. That's what I believe.
Oh, goodness. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Say she learned from her mama and daddy, so maybe mom and daddy show her to cheat.
Yeah. All right, guys. Listen, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. That was our 3 stories for the night. You know, scandals and smear campaigns. Jay-Z and his I don't know. Somebody's giving me feedback. Jay-Z and his team is not letting up off of Buzbee's neck. Peter Thomas at 64. It took him 64 to learn this hard lesson of you got to pay your taxes. And then you know this Eric Adams situation. Greed will take you down every single time. I promise you that. When you want to be greedy, when you want to not earn your stuff the right way, Eric Adams, hey Sebastian, Eric Adams it may be pardoned because Trump did say that he would consider pardoning Eric Adams, but this is not Eric Adams. This is his flunky, so to speak. And a lot of times when you the person that's low on the totem pole, you take the hit for the bigger things that are going on. So here it is. You got Eric Adams. He may walk free, but here you are. And for $100,000, let's be clear, people, in my mind, and I'm not sitting here. Y'all know I ain't never lied to y'all. I told you my townhouse is not big, but $100,000, I'm gonna risk going to jail over $100,000. Like I'm not. Listen, it would have to be something major. First of all, I'm not going to do it, but I'm definitely not going to do it for no measly $100,000. Nah, I won't be doing that. You got to come way better than that. It got to be possibly in the millions, but there's no way I'm going to risk all of that for no $100,000. That's just stupid.
You can't even buy a house for $100,000.
Now, yeah, it's just stupid. And now here you are, and she herself says she was in that industry for 35 years. 35 years, you risked your pension, and I'm sure her pension was worth more than $100K. I'm positive her pension was worth more than $100K. She was in there for 35 years, that business. And if not her pension, her 401k. You got to be dumb, stupid, or both. But listen, guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the routine. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Do not cheat the thing outside the choo-choo. Thank you.
Choo-choo.